Hey, I'm Jacob and I'm currently on a challenge to go from a 24 handicap to scratch golfer in just 1 year. Yes, this is an absolutely crazy challenge, which is why we're doing something crazy right now, because we have to do something crazy to reach it. We're starting 1,000 chips a day for a week. Now, this is going to be an extreme time commitment for me over the next week. So to my wife, Christina, please don't leave me. But you did cut me a deal that if I can get to 100,000 subscribers and reach scratch, I can pursue a full-time career in golf. At the time of making this video, I'm a 15.8 handicap, and Vice Golf have promised that if I can drop that down to a 14.0 in a month, they'll give 1 subscriber to my channel their brand new zero twist putter. We've been progressing really well on the challenge, but for the last 2 weeks, we've kind of hit a wall, and the culprit is the chips. And it's essential that we fix it. So starting today, 1,000 chips every single day. Let's go. First chip of the day, not so bad. Let's start with figuring out a baseline. I took 5 chips from different spots, 10, 20, and 30 yards away from the flag to calculate what my average dispersion is. From 10 yards, I'm hitting it 8.23 feet away on average, and from 20 yards, 8.54 feet, which is basically the same as the 10 yard. And finally, from 30 yards, I'm getting a mental 18.7 feet away. That is crazy. I need to be doing way better than this. Day 1, I had a full gas tank of energy and I was ready to get started. But as with all things, the novelty faded fast and the realization was kicking in of how many chips 1,000 actually is. Now, I've learned a few things from previous crazy challenges that we've done. So before, I did 1,000 putts a day for a week. And 2 things. One is that it absolutely wrecks your body. So I'm gonna be really careful after this to do basically stretching beforehand, stretching afterwards, and just have a nice, decent yoga routine. And then the second thing is that when you're doing a challenge like this, when the volume is just so high, after a certain point in time, so with the putting challenge last time, it was around 45 minutes, concentration really starts to fade off, and you're just chipping or putting for the sake of it. I think the fatigue is really starting to kick in now. And at that point, I don't necessarily know if what you're doing is good for your game or bad for your game. So to fix this, what I've done is I'm basically setting up my workstation in the clubhouse and sort of chipping for 30 minutes, going into the clubhouse, working, coming back out, doing some more, and I'm gonna basically be doing that throughout all of the days of this challenge, so I don't just mindlessly chip away. I'm always active, thinking and learning. So I've just got back from day 1 and here's the thoughts so far. So at the end now, I was really struggling concentration wise, even though I was taking breaks. And I think it's probably to do with fatigue. Basically, I went to the gym this morning and then just went down the golf club. So I was there literally all day. Those shots, I was doing the 52-degree wedges at the end and they were just going, the first half of them were okay and then they just went horribly. I also think that the sun is going to play a massive factor in this. Like, it's Spain and it's spring, so although we're not like winter heat, it's getting quite hot out there and the intensity of the sun is a lot, and you've probably noticed I'm the palest guy ever. I feel confident that I have at least improved a little bit today, but we'll see how this goes later on in the challenge. So yeah, looking forward to, not looking forward to day 2. All right, here we are, day 2 of the challenge. I got approximately 0 sleep last night because my baby is currently teething, so we had a scream session all night long. So body is not feeling the readiest, but also it's not feeling that bad. I think that the putting challenge was way worse because you're like proper bent over the whole time, but overall feeling good, hands good, excited to dive into it. 1,000 more chips today. Let's see if we can make some progress. I hit the ground running on day 2, seeing some very early improvement, and I was kind of amazed at how well it was going. So one of the things I'm focusing on today is just a short robot style chip where you stand over it like a putt and you take a putt and stroke and you don't move to face the target with the ball. So you don't follow through, you just like this. And apparently it works wonders for short range chips like this one. Tell you what though, that movement, that restricted movement really does cause a pain in your side. So day 2 down, 2,000 chips done. And I think, honestly, the biggest thing that I'm noticing right now, and the biggest thing that's affecting me during this challenge, is fatigue during the end of the day. So I think it takes it's way more than you think, way more mental capacity than you think, and way more energy than you think to make 1,000 putts and chips, sorry. And as I'm getting towards the end of the session, sort of like 3/4 of the way through, my level, as I'm getting more fatigued, my level or like my resilience to frustration just drops off a cliff. Like those last couple hits that you can see me making on the range with a 52-degree wedge, after every shot, like I'm just screaming inside of my head. If there weren't people on the range, I'd probably just be like, ah! But yeah, it was super hard. But I think, you know, up until about 3/4 of the way through the day, I can see improvement around the greens. And then I think after that, I just see like just messy decline. So tomorrow, we got a lesson tomorrow as well. So I think that's going to help us get locked in. Okay, so welcome to day 3 of the challenge. So another 1,000 chips going on today. I'm feeling relatively good, to be fair. I feel way better than what I was doing on the putting challenge. Again, I think it's because I'm not just bent over all day. I only just got a bit of a niggle in this side of the arm. I think it's because I'm having the club like this. But excited to get stuck in today, because today's a bit different. We're at the beautiful Infinitum Club, and we're actually getting a chipping lesson with Alan, the local pro here at Infinitum. We've come here early, so I'm usually, because I'm so busy, I'm usually like almost late for my golf classes. This is the earliest I have ever been, and probably will ever be, to a golf lesson. We're like very early, because obviously we've got to get those chips in. So we're going to do a load of chips beforehand. Then we're going to get Alan to analyse what's going on and basically give us a bit of a plan for the rest of the week as well. So yeah, let's get stuck in. 1,000 more chips, let's go. I get there very early to get a big amount of chips done ahead of the lesson. And the practice greens at Infinitum, a different club to what I go to usually, are a lot more challenging. So I was being tested a lot more here. We've still only got 1 chip in so far in the 3 days. So like, every 2,000 and a bit putts I get a chip in. Not a bad stat, horrible stat. Here's one quick bit of advice for anybody who's serious about improving at golf, and that's to use the same ball every single time. Every single time you train, every single time you play. Trust me, it really does make a difference. And you can use whatever ball you want, whatever's in your price range, whatever ball you like, but just make sure it's the same ball. If you want though, we have got an affiliate deal with Vice Golf. These are some fantastic balls. They got balls for different levels, and you can head to vicegolf.com. They're some of the coolest balls in the game. We're using the tour at the moment. And you can use code Jacob at the checkout for a discount on your balls, and it supports this channel. So if you want to do that, that would be great. But just bear in mind, you can use any ball you want, but just make sure it's the same. In the lesson, we dived into a lot of techniques with Alan, and he really made me think about each chip and made me talk him through my shot process every time. So what we were doing wrong, and what I called my bread and butter chip, the robot chip, was this with like the putting stroke. And what I've been doing is essentially putting it like middle of the stance and having, you can see my arms here are like dead straight. And so what I've been doing is this, which is okay if it goes well, but it adds a lot of risk of not making good contact or chunking the ball. And I was holding the grip too hard as well. So what you want to do, let me just grab another ball. For those short chips that you basically want to run, what you want to do is have the ball at the back of the stance so it will run a bit more. Hold the club a little bit lighter and then de-loft the club. Have your arms forward and then do the same thing as before, which is just, okay, well that went horribly. Let me try that again. Back of the stance, arms forward, and then try that roll. And it's basically going to reduce the chance even more that I thin or make a bad shot. So we've probably been here about almost 3 hours, including the lesson. The lesson slowed us down a bit in terms of like number of chips, because the chips per second or chips per minute decreased as we were like really focused on learning. But we're gonna practice for a bit more now, and we're gonna really try and like cement in what we learned, and hopefully we'll see a massive improvement as well when we come to the course tomorrow to do 1,000 more. Yeah, that's actually not that bad. I'm well impressed with that. Nice little spread from probably 25, 30 yards away. But my progress in the lesson and on day 3 in general came at a cost. We may have made a big mistake today. No sun cream, and we started at midday and ended at like 5, 6 p.m. So I was absolutely battered by the sun. My head is killing me right now. I think I got a little bit of sunstroke. My neck is so burnt. At least I had a hat on. The sides of my face are burnt. This hand's burnt. So yeah, kind of did not respect the sun today. Hopefully I'm going to wake up a bit refreshed tomorrow. Took a load of electrolytes now. But yeah, dude, going from like my day-to-day life is desk job, and then taking these crazy golf challenges up for like a week or two, it's just like being outside for that long. Yeah, it's crazy. But looking forward to getting back out there again tomorrow and 1,000 more chips, really cementing in what Alan taught me today. I think that's going to go a long way. And I'm whispering because the baby's in bed, so wish me luck that I get a full night's sleep tonight. And that's never going to happen. Christina's laughing behind the camera now, but we can pray. Days 4 and 5 felt like I had a hangover from the sun. I was dehydrated and fatigued from so many hours in direct sunlight for 3 days in a row, totaling close to 15 hours in the sun. However, that was not going to stop me from completing this challenge. So, electrolytes and sun cream in hand, with the biggest hat I own, I chipped away 1,000 more chips each day. Ah, perfect. There is such a drastic improvement of today versus yesterday, and massively compared to the start. Look at this. Look, that is so much better, so much. All right, been here a few hours and it's getting pretty boring. So what I'm gonna do to mix it up a little bit and to add to the challenge is just every shot is gonna be a different shot. So we're gonna go for a low chip, a medium chip, a high chip, and all of them aiming at there. So can I get 3 different types of chips to the same place? Oh no, hit the before the ball. I got a whoop last night. My sleep score was 86 out of 100, which I do not believe because I got a newborn baby and I was up all night. But my recovery was like sub 40%, which sounds about right. We're feeling okay body-wise, but the positive is yesterday was amazing progress-wise. Like, I could literally follow in Alan's advice from the lesson and just literally cementing that in, chip after chip after chip, practicing low, medium, high chips. It felt really, really good. And I can now honestly start to see the difference. I'm excited to get to day 7, the end of day 7, and do a test to see how much we've improved by. But yeah, today, again, nothing more to say really, just locking in and doing those chips again, following the coach's advice, and just shot after shot after shot. The big hat is around here somewhere. We should probably put that on soon because we're still recovering from that sunburn. But yeah, let's get into it. Oh, yes. Oh my God, we got one. Second one in the books. And he followed it up with an absolute tragedy. It's taken 5 days, but we're getting there. We're finally getting chip-ins. Oh my God, he's done 3 in one set. Oh. We're coming into day 6 today. This is where challenges like this get really difficult because it's the weekend, it's time with the family, and I've got the most amazing wife and baby in the world that really do support me in my dreams. Thank you so much. I got absolutely annihilated in that competition yesterday. I'm chipping like a god right now. I feel great with the chips, but it's ruined, absolutely ruined the rest of my game. Honestly, I was playing on the range, warming up before the round, and I was just hitting the balls at like a right angle. They kept coming out. I think it's because I'm not moving my wrists. Don't know, I'm gonna have to go back to Alan and get that fixed, but chipping so far, fantastic. Rest of the game in the trash can. So we continue today with 1,000 more chips. Let's hope it doesn't ruin the rest of my game anymore. And a question to Christina, do you think I'm gonna become a scratch golfer in 1 year?
Maybe.
Maybe, where's the confidence? And if I do become a scratch golfer and hit 100,000 subscribers, I can stop working and just play golf full time, right?
Yes.
There we go, you heard it from the lady herself. 1,000 more chips, let's go. Yay! I'm classing that one as a chip in. Oh, a bit too long. No, I didn't leave it like that. It's all in your hair. That's all. Here we are on the final day, 6,000 chips down, 1,000 more chips to go. I'm mentally and physically exhausted, so I kind of cannot wait for this challenge to be over. But I'm also really looking forward to how this is going to impact my game. So at the end of today, we're going to do the test again. We're going to see how close I'm chipping on average from 10, 20 and 30 yards. And I'm hoping, you would assume from what I've seen the past couple of days as well, that it is going to be massively, massively, massively improved. So let's get after it. 1,000 more chips today. Counting down the last 1,000 chips, I was so eager to finish this challenge and see how much it's improved my chipping. We kind of hurried through the 1,000 chips today. I'm not proud of the speed at which I went through these. I probably should have took more time and dedication on each chip to really cement in the lessons. But I was just so eager to finish and get to the end of the day, where I repeated the test I did on day 1 to see how much I improved. Dude, I can really feel the mental fatigue kicking in today. You know, because your mind keeps slipping to other stuff. Emails, work, whatever. Not on the chip itself, just mind is getting away from me today. So we finally arrive at the exciting bit, the data. What is the improvement? So on day 1, from 10 yards away, we were hitting on average 8.32 feet away from the pin. And then at the end of the challenge now, that has decreased a whopping 52.5% to 3.95 feet. So we've cut 4.37 feet off that in just 1 week. From 20 yards away on day 1, we were 8.54 feet, which was basically the same as the 10 yards. But here at the end of the challenge, we ended with 7.29 feet. So not as much of an improvement, but still an improvement. That's a 1.25 feet improvement, which is about 15%. Now, on the 30 yards, which is probably a big one to knock down, on day 1, we were 18.7 feet, right, away on average. And now we've cut that down by almost 3 feet to 15.89 feet. That is a 15% decrease as well. So I would say overall, very successful week. I think what I probably would have done better would be to get more lessons during that time. But I think it was obviously very extreme to do that. Obviously not a lot of people could commit that much time. I probably should not have committed that much time, to be honest, but here we are. But yeah, although after playing 18 holes the other day in a tournament, my long game, I tried it on the range as well, is absolutely destroyed. I think it's because of the wrist motion and the chip in, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna go back to Alan tomorrow and I'm gonna get a lesson and we're gonna try and fix that long game. But hopefully if I can string all these things together now, we can have a great round, long and short game, the handicap is gonna come flying down. So if you really want to support me in this journey to becoming a scratch golfer, if you want to be part of the journey, subscribe to the channel because I'm releasing videos every single week without fail. There's a daily short and a long video every single week. So subscribe and you'll see me hit that scratch in just under 150 days now.